Writing an abstract. An abstract in a scientific research article is a summary that clearly describes the objective of the study. A structured abstract provides pertinent information about the investigation in the research paper so that the reader has an idea of the entire study. A strong abstract should comprise the following elements. 1. Importance of the topic. 2. Reference to the current literature. 3. Identification of a knowledge gap. 4. Describe the purpose and outcome of the research. 5. Indication of the methods used. 6. Statement of the key findings and observations. 7. Implications of the findings. Since an abstract aims to summarize the article, it should be concise and carefully constructed. A typical length of the abstract should be between 200 to 250 words. The well-written abstract must be in active voice. Avoid long descriptive sentences and vague language while writing an abstract. Entice readers by attracting their interest in your research. When presenting new or novel research, it is important to succinctly describe the problem that you have solved. Ensure that the key argument, approach, variables, the scope of the work, evidence to support the main claim, implication of finding, and most important resources are included in the abstract. Finally, a researcher will use keywords and phrases to find articles they are likely to be interested in reading, and databases will look for those keywords in articles, titles, and abstracts. A good practice is to use between 10 to 12 keywords or phrases in the abstract. Maintain the specified word count. 1. Importance of the topic. The abstract should begin with the importance and purpose of the research. This section presents the most widely used phrases in the literature to highlight the precise statement of the research problem or issue. Key phrases are a key role, a pivotal role, a vital role, a challenging problem, a classic problem, a key solution, a major element of, a recognized need for, renewed interest, increasing interest, main concern. Let us look at some examples where the keywords that represent the importance of the topic are highlighted in green. 1. X will play an important role in the transition to a new energetic model. 2. The X appears to be a key solution to the Y problems introduced by a Z3. X has recognized as a key element for Y4. It appears a need for careful design of circuit and control parameters. 5. Recently, there has been renewed interest in Y systems. 6. X has been gaining a continually increasing interest over the past couple of years, both in academia and industry. 7. The exploitation of X and the development of Y have become the main concerns worldwide. 8. Making the protection of X is a challenging problem. 9. X in Y system is becoming a serious problem affecting the stability performance of the Z systems. 10. The X problem in Y networks is one of the most important challenges in the development of these Ys. 11. X is a very attractive solution for controlling Y converters. 12. Nowadays, X concept has been counted as an effective approach to incorporating Y networks. 2. Recent advancements. An abstract may provide background information about the context of the research and point out the importance of the current study. This section presents the commonly used key words for referring the current literature and surveys of existing studies. Key phrases are a. Previous research, recent studies, several attempts, studies. B. Documented, emerged, indicated, made, shown, undertaken. C. Common trend, considerable attention. Emerged as, focus on, substantial research. Let us look at some examples where the keywords that represent recent advancements are highlighted in green. 1. Several studies have focused on the X approach for controlling Y. 2. X's are attracting more and more attention since they can alleviate the stress of Y systems. 3. Several attempts have been made in improving the performance of X4. For the X, previous works mainly focus on a Y-based system. 5. Control algorithms in X have recently emerged as a popular and fashionable approach. 6. This new concept has attracted much attention in both academic and industry communities around the world in the last few years. 7. Recent studies related to X have shown that in the process of development, challenges and opportunities coexist. 8. Unlike the previous methods in the literature, there is no need for Xn. The proposed method is not limited to the systems with Y3. Research gap. For highlighting gaps in previous research, this section offers the key phrases used in technical literature to specify the identification of a knowledge gap or an unexplored area in research. Key phrases are a. Few studies, most studies in the field of X, previous studies of X, researchers. Studies of X, b. Impeded by lack of appropriate measures, not dealt with, not focused on, not treated, not yet considered, only consider classic method, only focused on, poorly understood, received little attention, restricted to, seldom considered. Let us look at some examples where the keywords that represent the research gap are highlighted in green. 1. However, communication delay problems have not yet been considered in many studies. 2. Most of the research so far focuses only on the component level. 3. Most of the existing studies only consider the X under Y conditions. However, a poor X may exist when the system operates on Y conditions. 4. The power quality problems under the complex loads are seldom fully considered. 5. For the X's control, previous studies have not dealt with an algorithm-based control method. 6. This new concept has received little attention in both academic and industry communities around the world for the last few years. 7. This research has been impeded by the lack of appropriate measures. 8. Recently, a few works have been presented in the literature to address challenges in X4. Aim. The aims are. The purpose of the current study can be indicated in the abstract using the following expressions. Key phrases are a. The aim of this study, the main goal of the paper, the main purpose of the article, the objective of this research, the present study, the principal objective of the study, the study set out to, this article, this letter, this paper, this research work, this thesis, this work. B. In this paper, in this study. C. Addresses. Aims to give a comprehensive account of, analyses, argues, concentrates on, considers, contains, covers, deals with, demonstrates the feasibility of, describes, develops, discusses, establishes, examines, explains, explores, features, identifies, introduces, investigates, offers a solution to, opens up a new field, opens up a new issue, presents, proposes, provides, reports on, represents, review on, seeks to, serves as an introduction to, shows, studies, suggests. Let us look at some examples where the keywords that represent the aim are highlighted in green. 1. This paper investigates a novel method of X2. In this paper, a novel method of X is presented. 3. In this study, an enhanced X control structure for Y compensation in Z systems is proposed to address XX problems. 4. Therefore, the present study aimed to explore the relationship between X and Y5. This study set out to examine the significance of X in Y systems. 6. This thesis seeks to understand and explain the role of X in Y7. This thesis provides a numerical study of the X strategy based on Y for Z systems. 8. The present study is conducted aiming to optimize X in the Y systems. 9. This paper performs an extensive review of X schemes applied to Y systems. 10. This paper presents a review of X strategies, Y analysis, and Z techniques for U systems. 11. This letter presents a novel model X control strategy for a practical Y-based Z system. 12. To make this system feasible, this paper proposes an X based on the Y strategy. 13. The aim of this paper is to present and discuss the latest developments in X control for Y systems. 5. Methodology. 2. Facilitate data abstraction. This section suggests the frequently used phrases in publications to describe the approach or method, procedures, and variables used in your research. Key phrases are a methodological approach, case studies, novel approach, quantitative data, the potential difference between. Let us look at some examples where the keywords that represent the methodology are highlighted in green. 1. Using the X method, the best configuration of the hybrid system is identified. 2. The improved X control approach is proposed to achieve Y for microgrids. 3. Therefore, the X control strategies, Y control methods, and Z control schemes are compared and summarized in this paper for active power sharing. 4. This study provides a novel approach to paralleling of power converter units. 5. NREL data are used to examine the sizing of distributed generators. 6. The research is based on 4 case studies. 7. This study used a theoretic approach to identify the variations in the common DC bus voltage. 8. The experimental results using the X platform are presented to demonstrate the effectiveness of the proposed approach. 6. Findings. A typically used phrase in the published documents for reporting the main results, representing the states of key finding SS of research, and interpreting the results imparted in this section. Key phrases are a analysis of X. Evidence is presented which in this study, X was shown to vary in response to results of this study. Significant associations for X, the experimental data, the findings, the principal findings of this research, the research presented here, the simulation results of this study, the study, the thesis, this review, this study. B. Concludes, confirms, found evidence, identified, presented, reported, revealed, show, suggested. Let us look at some examples where the keywords that represent the finding are highlighted in green. 1. The simulation. Results of this study found that the proposed control strategy maintains the X among Ys. 2. The new configuration in this study enables grid integration in the existing system. 3. Compared with the traditional control, the proposed method is simpler and shows better performance. 4. Efficacy of the proposed method in different X conditions is validated experimentally. 5. The simulation results based upon real data of X validate the effectiveness of this approach. 6. It is concluded that in terms of X, the Y method has better performance. 7. Benefits of current research. The implications of the current study or the value of the present study can be transcribed in the abstract using the following popular expressions which are often used in academic writing. Key phrases are an implication of this study, the findings presented in this thesis, the present results, the research results, the results of this study, the study, these data, these findings, this research. B. Add to our understanding of, can contribute to a better understanding of, highlight the disruptive effects that, implies. That is the possibility that provide a strong evidence for, provides a necessary study of, represent a further step towards developing, support further development of, support the view that. Let us look at some examples where the keywords that represent the benefits of the research are highlighted in green. 1. The implications on the stability of the overall system will need to be obtained. 2. The research results represent a further step towards the development of smart electricity systems. 3. As a result of these investigations, suggestions were identified for future research. 8. Future expectations. For recommending future research suggestions that address the limitations of your study, this section offers a widespread phrases adopted in publications. Key phrases are future research challenges, future research directions, future research trend, future trend. Let us look at some examples where the keywords that represent future expectations are highlighted in green. 1. Finally, the paper presents future trends. 2. Finally, future research trends on X are also discussed in this paper. 3. Finally, concluding remarks and important future research directions are pointed out. 4. The future research challenges, from the author's point